Listen, listen, we got to discuss some breaking news involving the Charlotte Hornets. TJ and Salon, Lean McKinley, KJ Simpson, Sion James, and the crew. They active. They're getting ready. For pre-season. Pardon me, for summer league plays. Not yet the preseason. I know we're ready for the whole entire season to start. I know I am. I'm ready for Hornets basketball. But we can't skip steps. And TJ and Salon, well, as I was looking at some of the footage, I could really let you know that TJ and Salon could very well be the go-to guy for the Charlotte Hornets. That's not a far-fetched thing to believe that something like that can occur. Because as I'm seeing the ball move around the floor, everything seems like it's revolving around TJ and Salon. It's looking like they're gonna play through him. Maybe they're gonna dump it down to him, and create different types of matchups, by doing that. It should be openings all over the floor, especially when you got shooters everywhere. When you have a McKinley and when you have obviously a Con Knipple, I mean, this thing gets crazy. So now, as I'm looking at these young players, now the Hornets, man, they got a lot going on. I'm hoping that out of all of this stuff that they got going on, they could fizzle out a playoff roster, and especially for the long haul, not just one season here. Um, Now, players are going to be looking over their shoulders. Bottom line is CJ and Salon, we got into it already about how much pressure he's under. As I'm going down the list, you look at Lean McKinley, you look at Con Knipple and McKinley. These guys could very well be like they could make TJ Salon a distant memory if he gets off to a slow start as this season approaches. I don't believe TJ is going to get off to a slow start because at the footage that I've seen, it looks promising. Now I want to see it translate. Um, let's see, because like I said, it's pressure. It's pressure. Now you look at Con Knipple, that first game, it's gonna be serious pressure. In that game when you got to go across from Ace Bailey, who you guys were drafted in the same class. I mean, it could have went any way here. That's gonna be key. I'm looking at KJ Simpson because KJ is another guy that he has to show something. This guy was drafted 42nd overall by the Charlotte Hornets. He came from Colorado. Now, he was injured last year. He wasn't able to participate in the Summer League. But now we have an opportunity to see him. He played in a couple of games. I want to see what he could do. Now, you look at a guy like Sion James. You're not going to tell me that KJ Simpson is not looking over his shoulders when you see a guy like Sion James over here. You have to start to feel like, what's going on here? This guy was drafted 33rd overall. Now, if you KJ Simpson and you want to get off to a slow start, the kid played in 36 games last year for the Hornets. We know he was, moving around back and forth, but pause. But I mean, what I will say is this: Sion James could be the guy that he may not have to go to Greensboro. I want to see what happens here because if you keep some of these guys, I think 33rd overall, that's a worthy enough player. I don't think has to be transitioning back and forth to the G League so much. I think that Sion James going to be ready to play right away. We're going to see. Now, what does KJ Simpson have to say about that? I know they're teammates, I know, but it's very competitive right now for Charlotte. They're trying to figure out what's going on. People are going to be getting up out the door, and KJ Simpson could be a casualty here. So he's going to have to produce. It's gonna be pressure on him too. Unfortunately, KJ Simpson is a 2-year player. You want to see progress. I want to know how long they're gonna play these guys. TJ need to play. I don't know why they resting people in the summer league. Only the top picks, I think, should be getting rest. If you're not a top player, in the draft, You shouldn't be getting any rest. Point blank period. You should be playing these games. It makes absolutely no sense how um, you got top picks. Getting rest. That's just ridiculous. That's just horrifying to see the future of what's going on here. We got low management for rookies. I mean, this is bad. These guys just walked in the door and they taking rest. But it is what it is. This is going to be a big time game for Charlotte. Point blank period. And there's pressure on every last one of these young players in their own right. Con Knipple, he's got to be, that guy, that glue guy to make everything work. You played in a competitive system with Duke. You need to translate all of that to Charlotte. Charlotte need it all. They need everything. They need the rub from everywhere. So let's see what happens with that. McKinley, this guy right here, what if he gets off the ground rolling? I think that he's going to be something special. They traded, they traded Mark Williams for him, basically. So this is our guy who we received in that trade. And by all accounts, this guy looks like he's ready. I'm looking at him. He's commenting back on certain things online. He's just ready to work. He ready to produce. He looked like he is happy with the grind. That's happening right now with the Charlotte Hornets, and it's gonna be a one grind, man, because this summer league play is going to be special. I think that the Hornets could compete. I know they should not be losing. They should not. Now, like I said, Utah is gonna be a tough game. We're gonna break that game down too. As it approaches, we're gonna have a whole pregame situation for you to break down on, how where the Charlotte Hornets could be successful, where things can go left, and it's gonna be star-studded. A lot of these guys they haven't played since college, so this is gonna be something good for a guy like Con Knipple. We seen Ace Bailey now. Now it's time to see what our guys could do in Charlotte. We've seen some of the top players play already, but not all. Cooper Flag hasn't played yet. Vegas is really where it's at. They got Salt Lake, they got the California Classic, but it's not Las Vegas. It's just not. So we shall see. But I'm very impressed. I like how they seem like they're coming together as a team. Oftentimes, when you have these young players, they just get thrown together. But the Hornets, these guys, they all kind of, I would say, somewhat comfortable. I don't think for the most part, they're going to get traded. But KJ Sims, all these guys, they're going to be on the roster. I don't think it's to the point where it's going to be dog eat dog like you see with some other rosters where a player gets the ball and is nowhere in the world, they passing it. So we're going to see what's up with these guys. Let's get in the comment section. Pardon me, let's politic. And let's see what's going on. Let's get ready for the Charlotte Hornets. Let's talk about these young pieces. I think this is the beginning of something special. It's Flight Sports TV. Make sure you hit the like button and most definitely hit the subscribe button. Peace and love.